everybody. Dave Brown and Corey Macklin here at ringside, ready to go with another day of USWA Championship Wrestling.
We're ready to go with it today. We've got Eddie and Doug Gilbert. They're going to be here today in action in the ring. Also, the Missouri Tiger, Jeff Gaylord, and the Spellbinder teaming up here today.
Absolutely.
And to the expiration of time, it's Jerry the King Lawler and Brian Christopher teaming up today right here on USWA Wrestling.
Interesting pairing in our opening match, too. Skull Von Crush team with JC Ice. They will be right here to go against Spellbinder and Jeff Gaylord when we return. University of Missouri Tigers jacket there. Of course, Jeff, All-American in football at the University of Missouri. Very proud of a picture of himself with Bob Hope in the All-American team. And, of course, the Spellbinder. Spellbinder, man who was able to demonstrate some illusions for us a couple of weeks ago. Headed this way right now. I see JC Ice and Skull Von Crush. Just head to the ring, guys, if you don't mind, right here. All right. Hey, wait a minute. That's Gaylord's jacket there.
Hey, come on. Interview, man. What is this?
That's Jeff Gaylord's Missouri jacket from the University of Missouri. That's what that is.
Hey, what M? What does M stand for? Is his name Maynard or Gaylord, yeah?
Gaylord.
M stands for Maylass because he's agreeing with me.
That stands for University of Missouri, but in the great state of Missouri.
You know, I don't like this jacket, and I think Missouri is just a horrible state here in America. And do you know what I think of it? Do you want to know what I think of it? What do you think of it? I tell you something. This is what I think of it. What's wrong, Gaylord?
Oh, man, that is something.
Disgusting is what that is.
Yeah.
Gaylord's in the ring screaming for Skull Von Crush to get in there. He and Spellbinder have a match against these guys, but instead of the guys heading for the ring, what do? Come over here and start messing around with Jeff Gaylord's University of Missouri jacket, his letter jacket from his football days at the university. Gaylord chasing him around the ring. Skull Von Crush and JC Ice apparently not too anxious to climb in the ring against him. Now they have a little meeting of the minds over here in the corner. Gaylord's in the ring. Spellbinder in the ring. And about to step through the rope. Who? Skull Von Crush. Gaylord says, yep, I put Skull in here. He's the one I want in here. Looks like it's going to be Spellbinder starting, though, for his team. And no, it's not going to be Skull. It's going to be JC Ice starting. JC against the Spellbinder. And we are underway.
Yes, we are with our opening bout today on USWA Wrestling.
I'll wrestle you. Why you don't turn me into a frog?
Oh, boy.
Oh, JC. Well,
tell the Spellbinder, I promise I'll wrestle you if you don't turn into a frog.
My goodness. JC Ice and Skull Von Crush both out here with the insult.
Said the Spellbinder pulled his hair in there. I didn't see it. It's the Spellbinder for his team, and JC Ice started off for his side, and he shoves Ice down again.
Yeah, he claims hair pulling. I was watching that one very closely, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with that. No, that was just power from the Spellbinder.
That's all, absolutely. Spellbinder backs him up, whips him into the ropes now. There's JC Ice under, comes back. Big Spellbinder picks him high in the air and dumps him down. Oh, he just dumped JC Ice down high in the air there. He was about 7 feet in the air at least.
JC decides, I think I need a break. I'm going to tag my partner, Skull Von Crush here. Von Crush takes the tag. He's in against Spellbinder. J.C. complaining about every illegal possibility, none of which occurred. Spellbinder just overpowered him.
Yeah, J.C. Ice, he had me about the shorts, Dave. Spellbinder gives Skull Von Crush a break over in the corner over there. Boy, I don't know if Jeff Gaylord will do the same once he gets his hands on Von Crush. He is wanting to get in there against this Skull Von Crush. The big German wrestling from Berlin, Germany. And he is melting away on the Spellbinder. Slips him over. Spellbinder. Fighting back now. Flips Von Crush over and tags Jeff Gaylord. Here's Gaylord, and there goes Von Crush. He's out of there.
Skull Von Crush jumped out of the ring. I mean, he was under that bottom rope incredibly quickly when Gaylord was after him.
He leaped over that thing. Then he got out of there. Gaylord was going after him, and boy, he didn't try to hide in the bushes at all. He let Von Crush know that he was coming after him. Gaylord standing in with JCI. Jeff Gaylord's got that jacket over in the same place now, over in that corner with Bert Prentice. Good place for it today. Maybe Von Crush won't bother over there. Whips JCI in. Big shoulder block.
I want you in there. Get in there.
Oh, and Gaylord challenging Von Crush again.
Skull Von Crush doesn't want anything to do with Jeff Gaylord. He backs away when Gaylord starts for that corner.
Big slam in there from the Spellbinder. Backs JC Ice up. Whips him in. Takes him down there and goes up to Von Crush. And again, Von Crush takes off. Slams Ice right into the top turnbuckle. Here's Skull Von Crush. Back in there. He's going after the Spellbinder. Into the rope. Elbow and knocks the Spellbinder down. Ooh. Oh, and rubs the boot right across the forehead of the Spellbinder. And again, it's Skull Von Crush. Want to work. Look at this. Spellbinder starts that flip. And Von Crush is up.
Thought for a second he had him there, but hey, look at this. Skull Von Crush can't get out of the ring fast enough. Gaylord got a hand on him that time, but now the race is on. Gaylord catches him, rolls Skull Von Crush into the ring. He got a couple of shots at him.
Yeah, he's going after Von Crush, and Von Crush hightails it out.
They're leaving.
Gone.
Referee's tolling the count at 10. This one's over. Referee says ring the bell. He counted him out. Gaylord got his hands on Skull Von Crush, and Von Crush left. JCI said, hey, if you're leaving, I'm not hanging around here. He left with him, too. Let me get a comment from Jeff Gaylord. Understandably upset about that.
Let me tell you something, Skull. That was the biggest mistake you ever made in your life. Spitting on my jacket. The blood, sweat, and tears that went into this thing mean more to me than anything. And I'm going to bust your skull. You hear me? I'm going to bust it. Right.
Those two are going to be seeing each other in the days ahead. I think you can count on that. Back here with more action from the USWA still to come. Momentarily, Wolfie D is scheduled in as a single. Yeah, formerly partners with J.C. Ice, who was in our first match here today, formerly PG-13, but boy, those guys have had a falling out. They compete with it, too, it looks like. I guess it is.
I'm so excited today because you know why? Finally, things are going the Iceman's way. Look, Dave, I don't even have my hubcap. You know why I don't have my hubcap? Because I have this. Wolfie D, you remember the days of being in the hood, boy? We painted up your mama's car. We painted up your daddy's car. We painted up my daddy's car. We painted up buildings. We painted up everything. This week, Dave Brown, we finally have a JC Ice match. A boys in the hood paint match. Right, Dave Brown?
It's called a Boys in the Hood graffiti match. That's right.
That's exactly right. And I am the king of graffiti. Look, Dave. Ice, PG-13. The whole thing is graffiti. And I'm the master of graffiti. So what I have done for you, Dave Brown, is I brought this board out here. Will you hold this for me, Corey, please, sir? No. See, I did this because Wolfie D, I want to make a point to you and to everybody else that Wolfie D, W-O-L-F-I-E-D, ain't nothing equals to nothing but a P-U-N-K. Wolfie D equals punk. And that's what you are, boy. In the hood, I used to paint people up, and you, I'm going to be more excited when I beat your brains out and leave you laying in the ring, boy. Then I'm going to paint you up. I wish I had yellow so I could paint the yellow streak down your back for the yellow-back coward that you are, Wolfie D. You're nothing but a coward, and never, ever forget that J.C. Ice made you everything you are today in this wrestling world, right, Dave?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. I know that you guys were a formidable tag team as PG-13, and I do know that speaking of a hubcap, and speaking of Wolfie D, here he is right here. The graffiti match has been signed.
Graffiti match. JC, but who's the real graffiti master? I think it's me. You see those shorts he got on? Who did those for you? I think it was me, pal. Yeah, this is real good right here. Well, this week, on that graffiti match, you're going to be the human graffiti board, JC Ice, because I'm going to paint you up pretty pictures. You want to paint one, Dave? I'll let you paint something on them if you want. And all you people out here, you'd like to paint something on JC Ice, wouldn't you? Yeah, I think these people got a few things they want to paint on you, JC. So everybody come on down, because JC's going to get real pretty.
Well, Wolfie has got an excellent point here. This is not a one-way thing. It's the loser of the match, whoever it is, be it Wolfie D or be it J.C. Ice, that gets painted with graffiti. Yeah, let me get rid of this thing right here that put up a wet paint sign, I think. Wolfie does have a match. He's headed for the ring right now, as you see. And he's going to be going against Ken Wayne, who has just stepped into the ring. This will be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Single match coming up here today. Tag team action got us going in the USWA today. And here's the inspection of Wolfie D by the referee, Kevin Christian. Calls for the bell, and here we go.
Yes, sir. One fall, 10 minutes in time, and it is single action. Wolfie D wrestling from the hood. And Ken Wayne wrestling out of Memphis, Tennessee. And immediately Wayne says, he pulled my hair. He just pulled my hair. Good move. Just a good, clean move from Wolfie D in there. And they tangle up. They're in the middle of the ring again. And Wayne working over his arm there. Wolfie D backs him up. Whoops him in. Wayne leaps over. Nice arm crash. Good takedown from Wolfie D. He is barring that arm of Ken Wayne there. Holding on to him tight. Wayne with a couple of right hands. Reversal here. Wolfie D whips him in hard. Takes him down. Another good move in there, Dave, from Wolfie D.
Absolutely. Wolfie D looking mighty good in this match. And he's not going against the pushover either. He's going against one of the toughest veteran wrestlers anywhere around. Former Nightmare Ken Wayne.
He is, and Wolfie D certainly not stepping back in this one. Going heads up with Ken Wayne. Good bout here today on USWA Championship Wrestling. Headlock, standing headlock from Wolfie D. Holding on to Ken Wayne. Wayne, ooh, the little back suplex there takes him down. Ups the back of the head of Wolfie D, and uppercut that nails Wolfie D.
And we're off to a great start here today, but there's lots more to come. We got the Gilberts coming up. We have Lawler, Brian Christopher is a tag team. All coming up later today.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Look forward to all of that. Right here today, back shot there from Ken Wayne. Follows with the elbow, and he covers Wolfie D. One. Only a one count. Wolfie's up. And Ken Wayne immediately covering over there. And well, he is just jumping right in the midsection of Wolfie D. Backs him up, whips him into the rope. Big kick from Wolfie D. And it's Wolfie D fighting his way back in there now. Going out there, Ken Wayne. Whips him in. Boy, he wound up and he nailed Ken Wayne. What a wind-up, huh? They can use that one in the major league. Oh, boy.
Feet on the rope. Oh, look at J.C. Ice jumps in there with that can of paint.
J.C. Ice, that is. Oh, no, he's not going to use that stuff. Yes, he is. Burning right in the eyes of Wolfie D. Oh, that is absolute. Come on, J.C. He got that stuff right in his eyes.
What I forgot to tell you is this is Krylon paint, and Krylon stays on stuff forever, and it never, ever comes off. Whoopie D, you'll never see again, boy.
Come on, J.C.
Absolutely. That's one of the worst displays. I mean, to come out and spray paint in a guy's eye.
He's not trying to hurt him. He's trying to put him out of wrestling.
Trying to put him out so he can't show up for that match coming up. That's exactly what he's doing. J.C. Ice with his can of spray paint. Yeah, get Wolfie taken care of back there. We'll be back with more in just a moment. But Mega Market, sponsor, joining us here today, and they're going to be participating in the action coming up at the Mid-South Coliseum. We'll tell you more about that in just a few moments. But today, some lucky viewer, has a chance to win a $25 gift certificate at Mega Market for groceries. Just call this number right here, and it's area code 901. Remember, you must dial 901 if you're calling from outside the Memphis calling area. 901-726-0551. And what call are we going to take? Take about the, well, let's take the fifth call. Fifth caller to call this number right here wins the $25 Mega Market Groceries gift certificate. And again, we'll have more to say about Mega Market and their participation a little bit later on. Right now, speaking about Monday night, how about last Monday night? Mid-South Coliseum. Moondogs going against Brian Christopher and Jerry the King Lawler. Special assigned referee. Wasn't too thrilled to be there, but he was assigned by Eddie Marlin. Paul Neighbors, the referee. Turns out he was instrumental in the outcome. Take a look.
Right with the boot choking Christopher. Neighbors trying to get him off. And boy, he almost threw Paul out of the ring that time. Neighbors trying to get out Moondog's spot with that metal sign. Man, versus Paul Neighbors with it. With the chain wrapped around his fist. Moondog spot hits Lawler. And again, Rex throws referee Paul Neighbors right off him. Tough day at the office for Paul tonight. Man, the leader referee at any Moondog match is tough, man. And Neighbors certainly not having it easy here tonight. He's earning his due, let me tell you. Rex throws him off about the third time now. Rex and Christopher trading legs. Ah, Christopher kicks Rex, knocks him over Neighbors to me. That's it. 6 minutes, 54 seconds. Lawler and Christopher, your winners in 6:54. Oh, boy. 6 minutes and 54 seconds. Your winners in the Brian Christopher and Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher, the winners in 6:54. Oh, boy. Let's ring the bell. They're going to double team Paul in there. Moondog's spot has got that metal chair. Oh, come on! He knows Paul Neighbors. Oh, man. He buzzed Paul with that metal chair. Here comes Lawler and Christopher back out to try to help out Paul Neighbors.
Well, that's what happened, and Ronnie Lotz and the Moondogs had something to say about that afterwards. Watch this.
Paul Neighbors, special referee. Lawler, Brian Christopher. Hey, what'd you do, wax Marlin's car? Huh? Oh, let me tell you something. I'm going to bring in a special referee, mister. Are you going to tell me that my boys here, my maniacs, don't have retarded relatives from the mountains? I'm bringing my own special referee, brother. He could be 10 feet tall. He could be 13 feet tall. Jerry Lawler, you wanted it this way. You come out with fire. Let me tell you something, brother. When you're at home, in front of your TV, holding an ice bag on top of your head, wondering why, oh why, did I ask Paul Neighbors to be a special referee? This is why, my friend. I'm bringing one, brother, and Brian Christopher, they're going to hurt you really bad.
Well, there's a word from Ronnie Lotz with the Moondogs in the background, though. Rematch coming up right here with something special, which we'll tell you about. By the way, we have a winner. No more phone calls, please, in the Mega Market contest. Bundrick Cox of Memphis, the winner of the gift certificate for groceries at Mega Market. As we told you, Mega Market is participating in the action Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, too. It's Mega Market night at the Coliseum. And here's something for everybody. Not just one phone call, which we were only able to have one winner on the phone call, but you can participate, too, because stop by Mega Market, you can pick up coupons good for $1 off your wrestling tickets Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Also, going to be another giveaway, Mega Market giveaway Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum for more groceries.
Yeah, you can register for that. Boy, I can't register, but all of the fans can and have opportunities to win some of these great gift certificates from Mega Market.
That's exactly right. Also, another giveaway down there, too.
Also, another giveaway. There will be a free cellular telephone given away this Monday night. Compliments of Advanced Cellular located at 2235 Covenant Pike. A cellular phone winner, Mega Market winner, big night Monday night at our big card.
Mega Market night, Mega Card night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Tony Williams will be going against the Jackal in the opening match of the night. Following that, you got the Spellbinder. Boy, this guy's really been coming on lately, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He'll be going against Reggie B. Fine in a single match. Skull Von Crush will step into the ring to go against Jeff Gaylord. And I got to tell you, when I first looked at this card, I was thinking, well, Skull Von Crush, Jeff Gaylord, it'd be an interesting match. It'll be much more interesting now with that situation with a jacket and the insult by Skull Von Crush. Coco Beware will be teamed up with Ken Wayne in a match against Robert Gibson, and Robert will have a special partner this week. Normally, of course, Rick Morton is partners with Robert Gibson, but Rick has an injury. It's not a serious injury, but it's enough to keep him from wrestling this week. So Robert will be teamed with the guitar man himself, Billy Travis.
Yeah, I'm sure Billy Travis is having a good guitar down there. Boy, they better look out for the guitars, he calls it.
Absolutely right.
And Ken Wayne.
Little special reason for Robert Gibson to want to get both of these guys. In recent days, both of them have jumped him. So Robert says, let's get in the ring. Let me get a partner, and let's do it this way. And that's what will happen Monday night. And the Boys in the Hood graffiti match. We talked about it a little bit earlier. J.C. I certainly upped the stakes in this one when he spray-painted Wolfie D in the eyes. I still haven't checked on Wolfie. I take it, I'm sure they've got him taken care of right now, but I guarantee you he'll be there looking to get his hands on the can of spray paint Monday night. The loser of the match gets spray-painted in the ring. Boys in the Hood graffiti match, Wolfie D against J.C. Ice. USWA title will be at stake then. The owner of the title right now is Doug Gilbert, and Doug Gilbert says, hey, if Brian wants a rematch, he's going to have to put his hair at stake. He seems to be kind of obsessed with giving Brian a haircut for some reason. But anyway, he's demanded. That's the only way. He had that similar stipulation before, and he says, nope, Brian wants a rematch. He's got to put the hair up, and that's the way it's going to be Monday night at the Coliseum. Then the unified title will be at stake. The unified title held by Eddie Gilbert. And not this crown that you see right here. It's going to be the King's crown, his real crown. Lawler's crown will be at stake against the unified title. And you notice there are going to be seconds in the corner. This is going to be a single match, Eddie Gilbert against Jerry Lawler. But in Eddie's corner will be Doug Gilbert, and in Jerry's corner will be Brian Christopher. And the special stipulation on this, it's a coward waves the flag match. So when the second in either corner waves the white flag, the match is over, and the other wrestler wins. That one should be interesting. Actually, somewhat the end of the match is out of the control of the two wrestlers. It's a bit of an unusual situation, but it is a very tough match. I've seen similar matches before. Let me tell you, get ready for a wild one here.
That one could go a long time Monday night.
Certainly could. USWA tag team titles will be on the line then. Brian Christopher and the King, Jerry Lawler, will be, and they'll have Bert Prentice in their corner, by the way. They'll be going against the Moondogs with Ronnie Lotz in their corner. And the Moondogs were not happy with the referee selection last time, so this time they have promised a special referee. And they won't tell us who the referee is, but I understand it's someone that everyone knows in the USWA, and it's someone they would not be expecting to see as the referee, but a special referee coming up for this match. USWA tag titles on the line. What a night. Mega Market night. Remember to stop by, pick up your coupon for $1 off your tickets, and bring the whole family. Make your plans to be there Monday night at 7:30 when all of this gets going at the Mid-South Coliseum. Man, what a good one. We'll have the Gilberts in the ring when we come back. Doug Gilbert with the USWA heavyweight title, and also Eddie Gilbert has that Lord of the Ring ring.
I can trust you with this, can I? I want you to sit right here and guard this with your life till I'm finished. Then I'm going to talk to you.
Well, that's a beautiful ring. There is absolutely no doubt about it. I'm just not convinced that it's in the hands of the person that probably should own it. But it was won in a match.
Here's the world title. You look after that. Make sure Jerry Lawler come in and steal that from you.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye on it here. I don't know. He didn't. He won the ban.
With that stuff again.
He won the ban. There was no theft there. Yeah, I'm a little surprised Eddie's here after his mother found out about that situation, too. Oh, well. Doug Gilbert starting against Tony Williams. And out on the floor, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert yelling at the crowd about something.
Yeah, just anything. Basically. Dangerous Doug Gilbert. Tony Williams in the ring right now. And, oh, boy, Doug. With a right hand, sends Tony now. Bags him up, whips him in. Tony goes under. Hey, what a move from Tony Williams, huh? He comes off and he's busting hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. Knocked him over the ring apron. And Eddie is hot right now.
He sure did hit you, Eddie. I saw it. He came right across the ring after he ducked under Doug Gilbert's right hand, and he nailed you as you were standing there showing off, talking to the crowd.
Tony Williams did one of those type of things, you know, Dave, that he got Eddie Gilbert before Eddie got started. You know, he knew to nail him before he nailed him first. Doug Gilbert goes over and sends Ken Raper off of the ring apron. He whips Tony in. Williams goes under and looks again. He got him. What a couple of surprise moves from Tony Williams, huh?
Tony just outsmarted Eddie. That's all there is to it. And Doug, for that matter.
Give me in the mouth.
Oh, both Gilberts over here complaining loudly about Tony Williams. Tony refusing to be intimidated by the Gilberts. What's Eddie got in his right hand?
Yeah, I saw him going to the cycle there. I was trying to see. Can't see what he's got. There he is up on the ring apron there.
We're watching you. We're paying attention.
He's got something. Hits Tony with it. Hits him with it a couple of times and stuck it back in his pipe, whatever it was. I didn't see what it was.
I didn't see what it was either, but he's been known to carry brass knucks. That was not a traditional set of brass knucks, but he could have something, lead pipe or something in his fist.
He goes over and knocks Kid Raper off of the ring apron. Comes back, and boy, he's laying him in on Tony Williams. Hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert, the unified world heavyweight champion and the holder of the Lord of the Ring ring that he's gunning around here. Misses as Tony gets up and he tags Raper. Here's Kid Raper in. A couple of punches from Kid Raper. Oh, Doug Gilbert hits Kid from behind, and they double up on Raper here now. Eddie Gilbert drops him off, and Doug Slams him down hard. Off of the middle rope like someone else we know, Dave. Comes Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, 2 and 3.
Well, the Gilberts wrap it up. After Tony Williams really looked good early in the match, Ken Raper came in, looked pretty good too. But finally, the Gilberts double up, use whatever tactics, and walk out with a victory in hand. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and his brother, Dangerous Doug Gilbert. Now Doug walking over this way to, I'm sure, have a comment or two about the situation. And maybe a comment about a match with Brian Christopher, who's going to be trying to take this belt away from him.
Dave, you know what this is right here?
Yeah, I know what it is.
USWA title, right?
That's right.
So you call me the champ from now on, right? See, Brian Christopher, last week, what happened was I'll come out here, and what I say I do, I said I was going to take the USWA heavyweight title from you, and boy, I did. But see, Dave, I'm still just a little bit mad because everywhere I go, all these little girls, you know these little ugly girls that's right out here, Dave? They come up to me, and they say, boy, Brian Christopher, he's too sexy, ain't he? He's real sexy. But you know, Dave Brown, anytime Brian Christopher wants a title match with me from now on, what he's going to have to do is put up, you know, he's got that pretty black hair sticking up and everything, Dave Brown. How pretty do you think Brian Christopher would be with a peeled onion if all this right here, if I take some shears and shave his head bald? I bet that'll end all them little girls saying, ooh, too sexy. Because this week, any time he wants a title shot, he has got to put his hair up, and I will shave your head, Brian Christopher. You can count on something.
My hair is at stake, but so is that title.
Here's my ring. Here's my ring.
I have the ring.
You trying to take my ring?
No, I have it right here.
I have a big announcement for everyone. I am not only the Unified World Heavyweight Champion, but I would like to thank my mother and father for making this possible, for bringing me in the world. You, Dave Brown, Eddie Marlin, but most of all, I want to thank Jerry Lawler for giving me the honor and the privilege of taking what no man has ever took from him, the Lord of the Rings ring, so you can just call me the Lord. Okay. We have a very, very important match this week.
Yeah, you're right. And I see with a white flag that you understand the situation. The coward waves the flag match.
Dave, what has happened here in this situation between Jerry Lawler and myself, it's gotten a little out of hand. We went over the top just a little bit because last week, following this television program, I had to go to a funeral in my family. Now, everyone was upset. It was a close relative. Everyone was very upset there. I went in, and some of my relatives come up to me, and they said, Eddie, tell us it's not true. And I said, what is it? Tell us that wasn't really Jerry Lawler's jacket that you cut up on TV. And I said, it was. It was Jerry Lawler's jacket I cut up last week. And from now on, Lawler, I'm going to take, and I'm going to take, and I'm going to take. And Doug, come here. I want you to hold this flag. And for all you illiterate people out there, slow learners, let me explain the rules of this match to you very quickly. It does not matter if Jerry Lawler pins me or if I pin Jerry Lawler. My Unified World title is at stake, and his crown is at stake. His crown is at stake. Doug, you will be sitting in my corner with this flag. I want you to understand something. We all know what kind of man Jerry Lawler is. What he will do to win a match. He will do anything. He will bring a chain, a chair, he will throw fire. So I want you to promise me something. I don't care if he throws fire over my body and I'm melted through that arena. I don't want you to wave that flag. I don't care if I'm covered in blood from head to toe. I don't want you to wave that flag. You understand? Yes, I will not wave it. No matter what I will. I don't care if he breaks my arm in two and my bone is sticking through and blood is squirting out everywhere. You do not wave that flag. Okay, I will not. Because in the end, and we all know that the end is near, that Brian Christopher, being the coward he is, Lawler, he will wave your flag, and he will wave it back. And then Dave Brown, I will not put just any crown on my head. I will walk out of the arena, the Lord of the Rings, the unified world champion, and finally, what I've waited for, Jerry Lawler's crown on top of my head, and I will be the king.
The crown is at stake. It's going to be a very difficult match for both men coming up this week. We'll be right back.
USWA Championship Wrestling on tour beginning tonight. A well of a night tonight. 8 o'clock, Earl Bell Community Center on Church Street in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Always a great place for USWA wrestling. And again tonight, wrestling in Jonesboro, Arkansas. It's tonight on the card. You'll see the Gilberts, Jerry Lawler, Wolfie D. Also, J.C. Ice will be on that card as well. You see the names, the Spellbinder, all of them lined up. Brian Christopher for Jonesboro, Arkansas. It is tonight. You can pick up advance tickets on sale now at Front Page Cafe. And the box office is open for you to be down there today. Box office opens at 3 o'clock for wrestling tonight in Jonesboro, Arkansas, 8 o'clock, Earl Bell Community Center. Coming up Thursday night, March 3rd, wrestling in Brewston, Tennessee. Brewston High School, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher, Doug Gilbert, all of that card. Kip Mars, you'll see as well, the Moondogs, all coming up Thursday night in Brewston, Tennessee, there at the high school. Friday night, March 4th, wrestling in Bolivar, Tennessee. Bolivar Central High School, Jerry Lawler, Mike Anthony, Brian Christopher, also the Gilberts on the card. Skull Fun Crush, and also the Spellbinder. He's going to be at Richard's Barbecue. You can pick up advance tickets there at Richard's Barbecue. Boy, what great ribs they have over there. You can pick up advance tickets over there at Richard's from 4 until 5. The Spellbinder will be there. And a big night of wrestling coming up Friday night in Bolivar at the Bolivar Central High School. And USWA Wrestling coming soon. You see it there in Montford, Tennessee, Haytime, Missouri, Middleton, Tennessee, and Senatolia, Mississippi. That is USWA Championship Wrestling on tour. Boy, nothing like being there. See it live when it comes to your hometown. Stay tuned. Still got a lot more to come, including Jerry the King Lawler and Brian Christopher.
Very enthusiastic crowd with us here today. We hope you'll be joining us for USWA Wrestling. Here comes the King right here. I want to talk to the King about something very, very special as he heads this way. There he is. Well, just look at that, Corey. Eddie Gilbert can come out here and claim anything he wants to, but there's the King of wrestling right there. The King. Greeting all the crowd. King, I know you've got some very important wrestling matches coming up, and we'll talk about those later on, I hope. But right now, I want to talk about something very special. I know it's been a tough several months for you, and I just want to say congratulations, because in recent days of what has happened with this situation that I know has been just a nightmare for you for the last few months.
Well, it truly has, Dave, and I thank you, and I thank Corey, and thank you, everybody, and I do owe a great deal of thanks to everybody watching out there, everybody here in the studio, the support all throughout this thing, from not only, you know, I like to say my fans, but I'm saying everybody that I think everybody that knows me and has known me over my 23-year career, I think knew all along that this was a fabricated story. And I told everybody all along it was a fabricated story. Then even the young lady came forward and told them. And finally, we finally got the Commonwealth of Kentucky to realize and admit that it was a fabricated story, and all the charges were dropped. And I do want to say thank you to everybody that stood behind me. I've faced in my career, Dave, some tough opponents, from Joe LeDuc to Terry Funk to Jackie Fargo, Bill Dundee, Eddie Gilbert. But believe me, you don't know what it's like when you go up against the prosecutor from the state of Kentucky. That's some tough opponents right there. And you know, you always talk about needing help and having some great tag team partners, and I've had some great tag team partners over the years, Bill Dundee, Jackie Fargo, Brian Christopher. But in this particular battle, I had the greatest partners, tag team partners, that I think has ever been assembled. And I want to take this opportunity to thank my Memphis attorney, which was William D. Massey, and my Louisville attorney was Tim Dennison. And these guys, I wish you would give them a round of applause. I'm going to try to have them here on the show later, but they did a super job. And let me just say this. Anybody out there, if you ever need an attorney, if you're in Memphis, Tennessee, William Massey is the man to call. If you're in Louisville, Kentucky, Tim Dennison is the man to call. These guys stuck with me all the way through, did a super job. And I want to, you know, I just want to say that throughout this whole situation, everybody has come to me now and says, man, are you going to sue people? What are you going to do about this thing? I'm just so happy to have all of this over with and have my name cleared. And I'm not mad at anybody about this, even though it has been a real unfortunate situation. But you know, throughout all of this, the young lady that was involved was pressured into making the statements to begin with. I want to thank her for coming forward and telling the truth on the situation. Even the prosecutors in the state of Kentucky, even though it seemed to drag out forever, I mean, they were doing what they thought was right. They were doing their job, and so, you know, it's one of those things where there's really no bad guy involved, and so I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just thankful and want to thank God up above that this is all over with. And thank you all for sticking with me. One of the things that I wanted to say, you know, what was so important about all this was friends sticking by me. And I have been so fortunate over this career of mine to make so many friends. And one guy that I just want to mention right now, who is a very special friend of mine, is named Pat Collins. And he owns Pat Collins Auto Glass out on Summer Avenue. And last week, after I won Eddie Gilbert's mother's van, he ran out there as quick as he could because he just couldn't stand the thought of the king driving his mother's van. So he took a fire extinguisher off the wall back there and threw it right through the windshield. Well, Eddie, I'm sure you thought that I wouldn't be able to drive that van, but I have just a little piece of tape that I made this week. I want you to watch this right now, if you would, Eddie. You know, Eddie Gilbert, I'm sure that you thought when you grabbed that fire extinguisher and threw it through the windshield of your mother's van that that was going to be it, that I wouldn't be able to drive that van. But as you can see, that van is as good as new right now, thanks to my good friend Pat Collins and his staff here at Pat Collins Auto Glass on Summer Avenue. Because you see, Eddie Gilbert, I'm going to tell you about something that you don't know anything about. And that's what I got. That's called friends. All I did was as soon as you busted that windshield out, I got on the telephone and I called Pat Collins and I brought that van right over here. And here's a man that works for Pat, Sean Newquist. And Sean, how long did it take you guys here at Pat Collins to get a new windshield in?
Oh, less than an hour.
Less than an hour, and I was tooling around town in your mother's van, Eddie Gilbert, and I've been driving it around ever since. Do you understand? So I want to tell you something. You're not going to stop the king. One way or the other, I'm going to come out on top. Now, let me tell you one more thing. If you got any more funny business in mind, you want to try to do anything else to this van, what did Pat Collins tell you?
He told me just to bring it back any time, and we fix it for you. All you got.
All right. Thank you, Sean. So you see, Eddie Gilbert, when you got friends, brother, you're always going to come out on top. I just once again want to say thank you to everybody involved, and I got some more words. I'm going to be out here in a few minutes. I got some special words to Eddie Gilbert and to Doug Gilbert about these matches coming up this week. But right now, thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you, King. And again, congratulations on everything. Finally, once and for all, being settled. Corey?
Yeah, congratulations to the king. Hey, fans, we've been telling you about a special night that's coming up Monday night, March 7th, here in Memphis, Tennessee, Mid-South Coliseum. Going to be a great night. It's Monday Night Memories, and my colleague Dave Brown has been doing a special, bringing to you Memphis Memories. Take a look.
Thanks for joining us for our third look at Memphis Memories. Today, we'll take a special look at the history of studio wrestling. We'll also hear from Eddie Marlin and look at some of Jerry Lawler's most memorable moments. First of all, we've had a lot of feedback from our memory video last week and requests for more details on the Memphis Wrestling Hall of Fame induction. Now, this will be held on Monday Night Memories at the Mid-South Coliseum on March 7th. A big night of wrestling is planned, including a party with the legends for Golden Circle ringside ticket holders, a big ceremony that will include introductions of the legends of Memphis wrestling, and finally, we'll have the Hall of Fame inductions. Right now, here's Eddie Marlin with more details on the great legends that'll be included in Monday Night Memories.
Thank you, Dave. I got a couple of more important announcements to make about Monday night, March the 7th, Memphis Memories. Already signed is 15 legends to be there. Sputnik Monroe, Al Green, Jim White, that's Jerry Lawler's very first partner, and none other than Lance Russell, the voice of wrestling for many, many years. And the featured match of that night, March the 7th, Memphis Memory Nights, will be a 10-man elimination match to determine the best of Memphis. Already signed for that match, Austin Idol, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, Terry Funk, Jerry Lawler, and the other 6 names will be announced next week. It's proving to be a great, great night for the Memphis wrestling fans.
Studio wrestling has been a big part of the history of Memphis wrestling. Corey Macklin has this special report.
Thanks, Dave. Studio wrestling has been a part of Memphis television for over 45 years. It all started right here at TV5 around 1949. One of the hosts of wrestling at that time was Big Jack Eaton. Wrestling then moved to Channel 13 in 1958. Joining the wrestling at that time as a co-host was Lance Russell. Dave Brown joined the wrestling program in 1966.
Hello, everybody. Dave Brown here at ringside, ready to go with another big Saturday of Channel 13 Studio Wrestling.
In March of 1977, studio wrestling moved back to our current home right here at TV5.
Can't get away from it. You can't get away. Is there anywhere I can go? Let me just stand up and say something to you right now, fella.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ugly and uglier just arrived. Now, why do you want to come out? I knew you couldn't stand it.
Listen to that mouth that hadn't gotten any smaller.
Yeah, tell that to all those rednecks out there because I know better. But it is good to see that nose again.
Studio wrestling from Memphis is the longest running and highest rated television program in wrestling history. I think that Lance and Dave have been a major part of studio wrestling success, bringing you the most unpredictable wrestling action anywhere. To this day, I still remember a classic interview. It was with Jerry Lawler, Sam Bass, and Plowboy Frazier.
He's asked me time and time again if there isn't something he could do for me, and this. Thank you, Frazier. Thank you very much. And to him, this is. Let me cut it in two. Yeah, go ahead. And you better eat it because to him this is a big deal. So just,
Okay.
And that's what we're going to do. You remember a few years ago when you had a little trash problem down in Philadelphia, Mississippi?
Yeah, I remember.
What'd you do to it?
Well, I got my bulldozer and I put them underneath that pond down there in Philadelphia, down in Neshoba County.
Tell them about it, baby. We're going to eliminate the trash in professional wrestling. And you're looking right now, ladies and gentlemen, at your new Southern Heavyweight Champion. Now, wait a minute. Before we leave, Dave, let's see you take a bite of that watermelon.
I'm not sure.
Go ahead, Dave. Thank you.
Another memorable moment was when Dr. Frank made his debut.
Jerry Lawler, undoing one of the padlocks on it. There are two.
You read
padlocks.
about Dr. Frank.
Yeah, I read about Dr. Frank.
Well, in this box, I got Dr. Frank.
This is Dr. Frank in here?
This is Dr. Frank, and I'm not kidding you with you. I'm not kidding. Wait till you see. He's the greatest wrestler that you're ever going to see. Now, you got the camera ready? I want to show you now. I can't show too much here. You see that? All right.
How about the time when Jimmy Hart and Andy Kaufman got into a big brawl right here in this same very studio?
Andy. No. Now, come on, Andy.
There are a lot of memories of studio wrestling. I hope that you'll continue to join us as we look forward to making many, many new memories.
Next week, we'll have more from the King, and also we'll focus on two men that have been partners with and had classic battles against Jerry Lawler, Austin Idol and handsome Jimmy Valiant. Join us next week for more Memphis Memories. All right. Well, I tell you what, thanks. That was kind of special there. You saw prominently there one gentleman have a special announcement to make about it. Memphis Memories coming up at the Mid-South Coliseum Monday night, March 7th. That'll be a week from Monday night. Next week we'll have more to say about that. But also right here on this very television show, next week, something very, very special. Going to have a special I've been waiting to say this for 5 years. I'm going to have a special co-host on the television show next week. Lance Russell is going to be joining us right here.
All right.
Be watching. Be here if you have tickets. Otherwise, be watching us on television.
Boy, it's set up to be a big night coming up. I'm excited about it.
It is. And for fans all over the USWA, wherever you are in the United States right now, if you might want to make your plans to make a special trip, if you can at all, to the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee on Monday night, March 7th. It is going to be some kind of night with the legends there.
Can't wait.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be back here, and we'll talk more after this. Coliseum, it's Mega Nights. Mega Market is going to be participating on this big mega card. 7:30 is when it begins Monday night. Remember, you can stop by any Mega Market location, pick up a coupon good for $1 off your ticket. This is a great opportunity to pick up some coupons, bring the whole family down to Monday Night Wrestling at the Mid-South Coliseum. It's been a tradition for years and years and years, and you can be a part of it this very week as Mega Mart brings you this big mega card. Also, remember, there's going to be another giveaway, a grocery giveaway Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. No purchase necessary, by the way. There will be provision there so that you can register for that. Opening match of the night, the Jackal will be going against Tony Williams to get things underway. We saw Tony Williams here a little bit earlier today, and, man, he was looking mighty good when he appeared in the match as he was going with his tag team partner. Here's someone else going to be involved this week, too, Jeff Gaylord, Missouri Tiger.
Well, we got a big match coming up. Skullback Crush. I'm going to French Riviera Spa right now, and I'm going to get pumped up for that match. And then Monday night, I'm going to rip you apart like I ripped this T-shirt. Be there, buddy, because you're going down.
There's a word from Jeff Gaylord about Skull Von Crush, who he's going to be going against come Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. But before that match, you got the Spellbinder going against Reggie B. Fine, which will also be an interesting single match. Gaylord against Von Crush. Then Rick Morton unable to be partners with Robert Gibson, but after being jumped by Coco Beware and Ken Wayne, he said, I'm going to find a partner. So he called up the man with a guitar, Billy Travis.
Joe, yeah.
Billy Joe will be the partner with Robert Gibson as they go against Coco Beware and Ken Wayne Monday night at the Coliseum. Then the Boys in the Hood graffiti match, Wolfie D goes against J.C. Ice. Two former partners used to be called PG-13, had a fallen out. And now J.C. Ice says, this is my kind of match. I'm going to have me a can of spray paint, and then I'm going to spray paint Wolfie after I beat him. But what he's got to keep in mind is if Wolfie D beats J.C. Ice, it's J.C. that gets spray painted right there in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, he spray painted Wolfie D today also, and I understand Wolfie's doing okay back there.
Good. All right. Yeah, I got him around the eyes with some of that spray paint. But Wolfie D will be looking for him come Monday at the Coliseum. USWA title will be on the line. It's held by Doug Gilbert. And in order to get the return match, former champion Brian Christopher has had to put his hair on the line. And I mentioned a little bit earlier when we were talking about Monday night action that it seemed like Doug Gilbert was somewhat obsessed by that. With the interview that we had with him a little bit earlier, I think maybe we understand that a little bit better now. He says, anytime you want a match to try to take my USWA title, Brian Christopher, you're going to have to put your hair on the line. That's the stipulation. Monday night. Unified title at stake. Eddie Gilbert, now the holder of the unified title. And he says, I've got the unified title, I've got the jacket, and I've got the Lord of the Rings ring. I now think I want Lawler's crown. And if I have that crown, then I will be the king of wrestling, undisputed, and all of that. But Jerry Lawler said something in an interview just a few moments ago. We're going to be talking to him more in just a few minutes, by the way. But he said something about you can't beat the king when he's got all his friends. Well, I think all his friends in the form of the fans are going to be there at ringside to support him. He will have Brian Christopher in his corner. Eddie Gilbert will have Doug in his corner. Remember, this is a coward waves the flag match. Each of the seconds will have a white flag, and the first one of the seconds that waves a white flag, the other wrestler will be the winner of the match. Unified title and Lawler's crown will be at stake. Then, USWA tag titles on the line. Lawler, Christopher, put them together. Bring them back in to go against the Moondogs. Ronnie Lotz will be in the Moondogs corner. Bert Prentice will be in the corner of Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher. And there is going to be a special referee. Special referee, don't have any details on it at this time, except I'm told it will be someone very special that everyone in this area knows. And we'll find out Monday night who the special referee is. 7:30 it all begins. The Mega Market Mega Card, Monday night at the Coliseum. Headed this way right now, Brian Christopher, Jerry Lawler, Bert Prentice. I see Lawler has that white flag in his hand right here that's going to be involved in one of those matches. Brian, you've got a couple interesting matches this week.
You know, Dave, you're right about that. I got a couple of interesting matches, and I've figured it out. Doug Gilbert is jealous of this pretty head of hair I got right here. That's why he's so intent on shaving it off. Well, Doug Gilbert, I guess you can say that I am jealous that you're wearing my belt right now. And it's my belt because you didn't win it like a man. You stole it like a coward. Now, Doug Gilbert, a lot of people's been coming up to me. Bert, you even asked me that. You said, you know, the law of averages, one of these times, you're bound to lose your hair, Brian. You've done put it up at least 4 or 5 times, right? And you're bound to lose it one of these times. Well, guess what? I got news for you. Nobody's shaving my head. There's not a man that's been born on the face of the earth that can shave Brian Christopher's head. So, Doug Gilbert, you be ready. And you know those clippers will be sitting down there ringside. And somebody might just walk out of that arena with a bald head, but it ain't gonna be me. I'm walking out of there with the USWA title around my waist. You remember that, Doug Gilbert? You might leave the ring bald-headed yourself.
You know, Dave, there's so many people running their mouth. And that little man, Ronnie Lotz, is running his mouth the loudest. And he says that he has a referee that's going to shock the world. Well, the only shock, Ronnie Lotz, is going to be when this big belly falls on you, and you're going to be shocked right out of here.
You're right, Bert. He's promised the referee that when we see him and when the fans see who the referee is Monday night, that our mouths are going to fall open right down to the floor. Well, Ronnie Lotz, we like surprises. Shoot your best shot. Bring whoever you can get. Get the biggest name, the biggest surprise, because I don't care who you got. There's not any 3 men or any 4 counting your referee that can beat this combination right here. Do you understand that? We're going to have those tag team titles Monday night. Now we want to talk for just a second about this crown being at stake. We heard Hot Stuff out here making his brother promise that under no circumstances would he wave the white flag like a coward. Well, let me tell you something. They say blood's thicker than water. I just somehow think that when your brother sees that blood running out of your head all the way down into your boots, that he may think about your poor old mother at home, who, by the way, happens to be a foot now, you know. He may think about your mother, and he may think, oh, my goodness, I better wave the flag because Mama will get on to me if I let my brother get his brains beat completely out, or if I let my brother get his arm broken, or his leg broken, or his neck broken from a pile driver, or if I let my brother get burned to a crisp. So what I see is, I see Doug waving that flag like a coward, and I see that belt coming back around my waist where it belongs. Now, Brian Christopher, it's time for you to make me a promise. Just take this flag in your hand. Now, I want to tell you, and then I want you to promise to me that Monday night in this match, Eddie Gilbert also is capable of stooping to anything. We know that for a fact. And all I want to tell you is that you have my instructions and my permission and my good graces and whatever it takes, that under no circumstances, no matter what he does, no matter what happens, if I have a broken arm, if I have a broken leg, if I'm bleeding from head to toe, I don't want you to wave that flag under any circumstances. So no matter what happens to me, will you wave that flag Monday night?
I'm not waving the flag.
So Eddie Gilbert, it's going to be me and you on the inside of the ring, and it's going to be Brian and Doug on the outside, and they're both saying they're not going to wave the flag. So that just leaves it down to Monday night. We're going to see who is the coward, and I don't think it's this guy right here.
What a night coming up. Mega matches, mega nights, Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. It all begins at 7:30. Make your plans to be right there at ringside. One short personal note just before we go to break this time. We had the Memphis Memories segment a little bit earlier. Many longtime wrestling fans will remember a name, a man who was a wrestler and a longtime referee for USWA Wrestling. The man's named Sam Platania, and I just received word that a couple of days ago Sam passed away. We send our sympathy to his friends and his family. We'll be right back. We've got a tag team match coming up here, and oh my goodness, Soul Train. We'd heard the name, and here they come. These guys are big. Now, one guy is huge. As they step up and prepare to do battle with the King, Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher. Lawler and Christopher are stepping up on the ring apron right now. Soul Train already there. This a match to the expiration of time.
The Soul Train standing in the ring there, and they're waiting their opponent. They may want to back up and turn that train around and go the other way, boy, when they realize who they've got here today, Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher. Interesting outfits and all that this Soul Train comes in there with.
What?
Oh, he tells the security man to take his hat and cigar. Don't try to smoke my cigar. Don't take an extra puff, what he told me.
You know, I saw those horns sticking out of that hat, but I thought they were going to come off with a hat. They didn't.
He's got those things in his head, doesn't he? That is Mr. Lucifer of Soul Train. That's Brian Christopher. This team of Lawler and Christopher. Mr. Lucifer nails him with a right hand, and Christopher swings back at Mr. Lucifer and nailed him with another right hand. Mr. Lucifer, strange wrestler attire with those horns, as you pointed out, Dave, and he's got a cummerbund and bow tie on also.
And a tail.
And
Can we point that out?
Yeah, and a big tail.
Yeah. I don't know.
Whoa! That's the ghetto blaster of Soul Train. He comes in, and Brian Christopher shoves him off there.
I think he's counting teeth after that. Brian Christopher put that boot right in his mouth.
Christopher attacks the King. Jerry Lawler and Lawler and Christopher with Bert Prentice over in the corner cheered on. Little work it is Mr. Lucifer with a couple of knee lifts. Boy, rolls Lawler out of the corner, tosses the King. And Lawler fighting back here. Tags his partner.
Mr. Lucifer took a little time to celebrate with the crowd. He shouldn't have. Lawler nailed him.
That was a big mistake for Lucifer. Double backdrop as they take Mr. Lucifer down. The Soul Train. Our first look at him in the USWA. And boy, a tough task for them today against Lawler and Christopher, but right now, they're double teaming Brian Christopher. Ghetto blaster in there, nailing away. Comes off the rope! But he nails his partner, Mr. Lucifer. A big kick from Christopher. He covers too, he got it! Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher get the win over Soul Train.
It's a good victory for him. Soul Train, welcome to the USWA. We'll be back with more in just a moment. So long, everybody. The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other
Bill, would you take it?